The DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. I am Kurt Cross. Of course, we are at the Capital Hoops Summer League at DeMatha, right here in Hyattsville. This is week number 3 that we have been here, and we're always going to broadcast live for you right here. And, of course, we bring you the players, we bring you the coaches, and today we have none other than John F. Kennedy High School head coach, Mr. Lenny Myers. Mr. Myers, thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, so we're representing MoCo today.
Yes, sir.
All right, how'd you guys do out there on, I think that was court 1 in your Summer League game today?
We did well. We played a tough Roosevelt team, very scrappy. They played very hard, so we had to, match that physicality, and I think we did that. We had some young guys step up that normally don't get a chance to do that, so great experience today for our team.
So, if you're like other coaches I know, Summer League is Summer League, that's fine. It counts with the second weekend in November, you can start practicing. Yeah. But what are you looking to accomplish in Summer League?
So, we want to get experience. That's the most important thing. Of course, we want to win the game. We want to compete. But we had a good JV team last year, and we have some young guys coming up that need this experience. Some current freshmen, rising sophomores that, today they got a really good chance to do that. But we want to prepare. We have 4 guys returning, 4 starters. And so we're happy about our nucleus, but we got to get the other guys prepared, as well as the starters. But a lot of guys are getting good experience from this.
All right, and as you know, you only get better by playing, so you want them to keep playing. I'm sure some of these young men have their AAU teams and all of that, but that continuity you can build by having some of these players together. I know there are MPSSAA rules, so I don't know who's who and all that, but you want to get them continuity playing together. Are there any holes that you graduated that you're looking to fill?
Yeah, we have a huge hole. We had Giannis Kiki. He was our leading scorer.
Right.
He had full scholarship to Frostburg State, scholarship player. So that's huge to lose, a guy like that. But again, we have guys who have experience returning. And we had a lot of balance scoring last year. So even with Giannis, he's about 14, and we had a lot of guys, 9 points, 10 points, who are back with us.
You need those points, right?
You need those. And now they have expanded roles. And they have to get used to those roles, too, with this summer experience, not having Giannis. So that's another goal that we need.
As the young folks say, some of those young men want that smoke, right? Definitely. They want the spotlight, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have Gabe Colston. I'm hearing something about Gabe Colston. He's the second leading scorer in Summer League so far. Talk to me about that young man.
Gabe is, he's special.
Right.
He's a great player. He's was on varsity since a freshman. Okay. So he's seasoned, at a young age.
Right.
And so, he's one of the leaders on our team, and we look to Gabe, for scoring, he fills it up. Even last season, he was rebounds, points. He would almost be a triple-double guy.
Right.
Every game flirting around with him. 8 rebounds, 7 assists, give us 5 steals. So, he fills it up, plays both ends of the floor, so he's going to have a great future. And, we're going to see him playing at the next level.
At the next level as well, huh?
Sure.
All right, so you're turning some of these young men into scholarship athletes.
Yes.
But my assistant also told me about Reach Beyond Basketball. Let's talk about that because certainly we're here for Summer League, but I think you have a purpose beyond Summer League. Tell me about, please, Reach Beyond Basketball.
Yeah, so Reach Beyond Basketball is a nonprofit organization that I started 15 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm a teacher in Montgomery County Schools.
Okay.
So it started there, but we run basketball programs, basketball camps, after-school programs, training, small group clinics, and we serve an area in our community. It's for everyone, of course, but we really focus on kids who haven't had the resources to have these camp experiences and gain these fundamentals, at a young age.
Right.
So. It's been a great feeder program. A lot of the kids in our area who have came through and played for Kennedy, started in camp. And I think a lot of that success is very important to play and learn at a young age. And that's been a big difference that we've noticed is having those fundamentals at a young age is the feeder program. So
well, you can't just talk about it. Tell people how they can find it.
Oh, well, reachbeyondbasketball.org.
Okay.
We have summer camp, 2 sessions at Kennedy High School, June 20 5th, June 23rd through the 27th.
Okay.
And we have a session in July, 21st through 25th, right at Kennedy High School. You can register at reachbeyondbasketball.org.
All right, you still got spots?
Yes, sir.
Boys and girls? Just boys?
Boys and girls,
All right,
ages
so you're
3rd
not-
grade through 9th grade.
So you're
Boys
not
and
eliminating
girls.
anybody?
No, sir. We want to reach all the youth in the area. Montgomery County, surrounding areas. We're here for everybody.
Now, where do you teach?
I teach at John F. Kennedy.
Oh, you teach at Kennedy as well?
Yes, sir.
All right, my good buddy was the principal there years ago. I'm a little bit older than you.
Okay.
Tell me about Magruder High School. There were some days at Magruder.
Yes, sir. I played for the legendary Dan Harwood.
Hall of Fame,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Hall of Fame, Dan Harwood. Okay.
Yep. So,
All right. Tell me about that. How much is what you do a part of what you learned under Harwood?
Oh, a tremendous amount. And I still talk to Coach Harwood to this day. I mean,
Right.
I've learned much more, just from our relationship now as coaches.
Okay.
He's helped me so much over the years. He's been a mentor
Right,
to me
course.
for a long time. And our relationship just got very close after
Okay.
high school. We got, close. And, I've worked at his camps. And, all that has been an influence on me and what I'm doing right now. And, to play for a legend like that and gain the knowledge, that I did about the game,
Right?
yeah.
So the young men at Kennedy are learning a few things now that you learned from Coach Harwood.
Yes, sir.
All right, tell me, what is Kennedy's brand of basketball? You play fast? You play big? Are you a great shooting team? You just going to ground it out? What do you guys do?
I think if you ask people about Kennedy basketball, they're going to say, we're tough. We play with a lot of toughness, a lot of grit. We play up and down. We play fast. We're going to press. And that's been always, with Kennedy basketball. I continued it. This is my 4th year as the head coach.
Okay.
I've been there 10 years coaching in different capacities, under Diallo Nelson. Also, a great legendary coach in the DMV. And, carrying on that same, thing that he started with Kennedy as far as the toughness and grind. It started with him and I took it to, held on to that and we're trying to expand on it and build on it.
Now, are you part of the school community where students get to pick which school they go to?
Yeah, so we're in the Down County Consortium. So,
hold on, let me see if I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you know.
All right.
I feel like it's Blair, Kennedy, Northwood, Einstein, Wheaton.
hey, you got it.
I got it.
You got
Okay.
it. Perfect.
I live by
5 out of
Einstein.
5.
All right, now, if I said the name Laura Quinte, what does that mean to you?
Who's that?
Laura Quinte. That might be before your time.
Got me stuck on that one.
Coach Laura Quinte, he coached DeMarlo's Beasley.
Okay.
He coached all them cats.
All
You
right, so
might have
you
been in
talking-
Magruder then.
Yeah.
You might have been.
Okay.
Did you play against Mo and them, or how young are you?
I think Mo was a little bit before me.
Okay.
I came out in 99. I
Okay.
think Mo was a little bit earlier in the 90s, I believe.
Okay, yeah. I coached him years ago. I
Okay.
coached him in football, though, not basketball.
Okay.
I coached him in football. So what's next for this program? I will never get a coach on here and ask you to make predictions. But how do you feel about the 25-26 season?
I love this team.
Okay.
They work hard. They work very hard, and we're talented, but this is up there with one of the hardest working teams I've had. They just love it. They love being in the gym. We made it to the regional championship the last 2 years.
Right.
And we lost in it, so we need to get over the hump. But we created that standard, and we feel good about that. They were playing in that game consistently, and now it's time to get over the hump.
So who did you play last year in that
We
game?
played Springbrook in the
played-
regional championship game.
She's good. She's got a squad over
They
there,
had a
hasn't
good
she?
team. They had a good team last year.
I didn't follow as closely because I broadcast and I do PA for the WCAC.
Okay.
St. John's, I do it also for St. Andrews, Georgetown Prep, and those schools. One of the things that's important to me and my guy Adam Crain, who's not here right now because he's the JV coach at Whitman. He's preparing for their varsity game here tonight. But one of the things we want to do is we want to bring light to the girls' side. We want to bring light to the public school side.
Okay.
It's easy to broadcast about St. John's
Right.
and DeMatha and all those schools. So it's important to me. I'm a Montgomery County kid myself. I went to Montgomery Blair High School before you were at Magruder.
Okay.
The old Blair.
Yeah.
But tell me, what are the teams looking like in Montgomery? No longer can you schedule a game with a public school and think that it's going to be
No, it's
a
not.
cakewalk, right?
Yeah, no.
My boy, you know Sean Tracy, who was over at
Yep.
BCC.
Yeah, that's my good friend.
That's one of I coached him when he was a kid. All the kids
Okay.
at Rosemary.
Yeah.
Rosemary Hills and Summer Hills, those were all my kids.
Okay.
So he's over at Bullis now. But the county has more parity, and it used to be Blair Springbrook in the 80s.
Right.
Now you got Kennedy,
Yep.
you got BCC, you got all of these schools. What do you think causes that parity?
I think now, when I play, a lot of people, the better players stayed at the public schools rather than going private. It wasn't as many private schools. Right. So I think now, I've noticed a trend of, I've said this before, I noticed a trend of people, staying public and realizing that they can get looks, from public school. And it's harder all around the board now, right? So, staying at your public school and enjoying that experience, I've seen a trend of that. So a lot of private school kids have gone public in the last few years. Obviously, Baba was a big, catalyst in that. So
if he would have just stayed private, it might be a little easier in the county, huh?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So it's guys like that, and other great players in the county who decide to stay at their home schools. And we've always had a lot of talent in Montgomery County. Always. So you know that.
Right. I mean, Steve Francis, right?
Exactly.
But here's the thing. I think you're right. If you're good, you're going to get the looks.
Right.
Everybody has Huddle. Everybody has the internet. Everybody has a highlight reel. Everybody knows about the live period, right? We'll be back down here for that. So you can get looks just about anywhere. And often, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you're getting looks on your AAU team as well.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not a matter of years ago where a coach from the Midwest is looking in the newspaper at box scores. They can jump on Huddle. They can do whatever they want. What kind of exposure are you offering these young men who maybe want to play at the next level?
We're doing everything possible. We're in every event, starting with this league, obviously, great exposure.
And what does this league mean to you? This is your second year in it.
Yes.
And how does that help your program?
It's helped tremendously. I mean, we don't get to see teams like this. We play Bullets next week.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, it doesn't get better than that, these type games. Right. So it's been huge experience for us to and this league, we do a lot of things. We're in the live period now,
right.
The live events. So we're over there, the one that used to have at Y. So it's at Marriott's Ridge now. So we're in that. We'll be at Bowie State, June 7th.
I mean, there's exposure for your young men.
Last year we went to Georgetown, team camp and played. We went to UMBC, team camp and played last year. We went to, team camps in the fall. We're at Shenandoah, we're at Hood. We had everything possible. We want as much bump as we can get. And exposures we can get for our players.
20, 30, maybe 30 years ago, it was you play from November 15th to February 15th. Yeah. Hope you get some postseason play. You might get an IBO tournament during Christmas, right? But that was pretty much it for the public school kids. You have to go to private.
Right.
So glad to see that coaches like you, and I know Sean Tracy has done it. I know Harwood, he has emerged into that over the years, I'm sure, are getting these young people exposure. Not every kid is cut out for private school.
Right.
And there are some private schools where you can definitely get there. You can definitely sit on the bench, but if you're looking for minutes, it might be hard to come by for some of these young men and these young women. What do you want people to know? What's going to get them out to Randolph Road come December? Tell my listeners, how are you going to get them out to Randolph Road?
Well, I mean, I'm constantly, I build a lot of relationships, and that's a big part of it. And, getting, like last year, getting kids like Giannis in school, and understand that we have those type caliber players.
Right.
It's going to bring people in. Leagues like this, exposure to let people know that we have a good squad. And, we're on social media. We have Instagram, JFK
How do they find you?
JFK Hoops.
Okay.
On Instagram, JFK Hoops on Twitter. So we're on all that. We have, this game will be covered. We cover everything. So.
Right. And we're going to cover you too.
Okay. We appreciate it.
Look, this is what I want to tell you. More important than anything we talked about, thank you for supporting these young men, because as an MCPS teacher, you're supporting them not only on the 84x50, but in the classroom as well. You and I both know that if you coach 500 kids in your life, not all of them make it to Division I, and very few of them make it to the pros.
Right.
You got to prepare them for life.
Yes, sir.
That's what you've got to do. And I think the best credit to you is when they come back, they want to work your camps.
Yeah.
They come back and talk, hey, coach, thanks for what you did. So I'm thanking you for the young men who might be annoyed at their playing time, whose parents might be annoyed. I'm thanking you now, but they'll thank you later.
They always come back.
They always come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Coach Lenny Myers, John F. Kennedy High School. Thanks, Coach Myers, and we'll see you for the rest of the Summer League and Live period, but we'll definitely see you in December.
All right.
All right, we'll see y'all next time. Remember, listen on Amazon, listen on iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast content. That's where we will be. This is the DMV Hoops Podcast. We'll see you next time.
The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kurt Cross, featuring Adam Crain. Thanks for listening.